What's up, guys? Deshar here, back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about emotional intelligence as I find my page. Alright. So when it comes to emotional intelligence, like this has been my primary focus for the last year or two. Learning how to manage and express my emotions. Learning how to communicate my emotions. Learning how to diffuse situations, learning how to use my emotions for good, use them for my advantage, instead of using them to beat myself up, to harm others, physically, verbally. I'm not doing that, but learning how to use them for good instead of using them for bad. Because me, from my personal experience, I only know how to use my emotions for negative expressions, right? That's just me. So why did I make emotional intelligence my primary focus? I made it my primary focus because I know that when it comes to communicating with people, when it comes to getting myself out there, I'm gonna have to know how to express my emotions. I'm gonna have to know how to use my emotions to fuel myself. I'm gonna have to use my emotions in so much dealing with people. So when it comes to me being on YouTube, when it comes to me trading, when it comes to me doing anything in life, you have to know how to behave. You have to know how to control your emotions, knowing how to carry yourself when things get bad or when things get good, knowing how to just be emotionally responsible, right? That can be relationships, that could be in the workplace, that can be towards children, parents. It doesn't matter. You have to have emotional intelligence to be a well-rounded individual and to be someone that people want to be around. Who doesn't want to be around an emotionally intelligent person that know how to carry themselves, know how to operate in certain areas, certain rooms? You have to have all of that, right? So that's why emotional intelligence has been my focus for the last 2 years, because I'm going to need it. I haven't had it. I haven't learned how to control my emotions, learn how to communicate when I'm not feeling well, or learn how to use my anger to do different things for my good, right? I've always associated emotions with violence. That's just how I grew up. So I'm trying to change that, and that's why this has been my primary focus. So boom. All right, so the number one reason why I want to learn emotional intelligence is to be able to communicate effectively, learn how to express myself when I'm angry, when I'm sad, when I'm happy. I really don't have a great wide range of emotions myself. Like I'm very even keeled, so it's not too much that's gonna make me happy, and it's gonna be hard. It's hard to make me mad, but it's also kind of hard to make me happy. You feel me? Like I'm even keeled. I'm always at a steady rate of emotional state. So when it comes to relationships, you have to know how to control your emotions. You have to know how to communicate your emotions effectively with your partner, so you have a great relationship. Also, in a workplace, when it comes to diffusing situations, when it comes to having great relationships with your co-workers, having great relationships with your higher ups, you have to know how to communicate in order to get the job done, in order to have a great work environment. So effective communication has been my thing. That's what I got on YouTube for, is to learn how to speak, how to articulate myself. So my second reason was channeling dark emotions, whether that be anger, whether that be sadness, anything that isn't happiness. Learning how to use those dark emotions for the betterment of yourself, whether that be physically, whether that be emotionally, whether that be mentally, whether that be spiritually. Using things that you can perceive as bad and using them to transmute into something good. Being an alchemist, that's what being an alchemist is. Turning something from nothing to something. So learning how to control your emotions, you can do that. Like if you have a breakup or you lose your job, after those type of events, life-changing events, you probably get anger, you probably get sadness, you want to be revengeful in your next relationship or at your next job. You're using this negative, what you perceive as negative circumstance, and channeling it to something greater. Let's say you lose a job and you lost it unfairly, so you're feeling resentful, you're feeling angry. So you're gonna use that energy to find a better paying job, a better work environment, a job that has a better work environment. Excuse me. You're gonna use that energy for something good. And me, myself, I really don't have that many circumstances where I have to channel my dark energy into positive energy. But since I don't have an outlet for, I didn't have an outlet for negative energy, it stayed negative energy. So I used this hurt to cause more hurt, right? So yes, we have to have an outlet for our dark energy in order to balance your way of being, balance your behaviors, your reactions to things, right? So my third reason, empathizing, having empathy with others, giving grace to others. I've noticed in my younger years, I really didn't have empathy. Like everything to me was either black or white. Either you're gonna be this or you're gonna be that. Either you're going to do this and you get this outcome, or you do that and get that outcome. To me, it wasn't no gray area. As I'm getting older, as I'm experiencing more life, there's much more gray area than you think. Everything is circumstantial, everything is situational. That's what I'm learning. So I'm learning to not be so judgmental and empathizing with others, because I'm going through things now. As I'm doing different things, as I'm trying to expand my world view, I'm learning to give grace to others, because I want people to give me grace. I make mistakes myself. So I'm learning to empathize with others, because everybody's situation is different. Life does its thing with everybody. So I'm learning to give grace to people who need grace. And empathizing is empathy is a great skill to have, because I think you can grow your empathy. So when you have empathy, you can be able to relate to others. That's the whole thing. You want to be able to relate to others, other people's pain, other people's happiness. You want to be able to relate, because who don't wants to be around an emotionally intelligent person, right? Empathy is very important when it comes to connecting with other human beings. We're here to connect with others. And if you don't have empathy, you come off as cold, you come off as hard, you come off as you really don't want to be around a person like that lacked empathy, because it's uncomfortable. I think I've been in that situation. It's uncomfortable when someone can't relate to you, right? I know there's been plenty of people I've been around that I couldn't relate to, so I probably came off as cold. I came off as hard, because I can't relate, right? So now I'm going through things. I'm learning empathy. Empathy is a very important skill to have is very important when it comes to emotional intelligence. That's just me. That's what I think. All right, boom. All right, so be mindful of the environments and people you are associated with, because that can cause triggers. When you're in certain environments, let's say you're in the club, they playing violent music, that can trigger you to getting out of your body. If you aren't really that violent person, you listen to this music in this environment with other people in that same energy, then guess what? You're more likely to be in that energy as well. And we're not gonna talk about liquor that might be involved or other stimulants in that environment. So you being in that environment can trigger you to be on a different type of timing. You always want to be mindful of the environments you are in. You want to be mindful of the people that you're around, because people can trigger you as well. People, I mean, you can say the same thing with the clubs. People you may not drink, but they drink. They get drunk. You're inclined to drink with them because you want to relate. You want to connect with them, right? So, and if you don't drink and they make you feel uncomfortable because you don't drink, then that can trigger you to becoming angry, resentful, because they want you to do something you don't want to do. And then that's just awkward. And if you have emotional intelligence, you probably won't even put yourself in that situation in the first place. That's just how I feel. Like, when you have emotional intelligence, you can make decisions. You can make decisions more clearly, more effectively, right? That's what I'm learning myself. In relationships, people can trigger you in relationships. People at work can trigger you. Doing stuff that you don't like, you expressing yourself, because that's a part of effective communication, expressing yourself and saying you don't like a certain thing, then they do it in a way, and then you're being tested, you're being exposed, so you have to prove to yourself that you have emotional intelligence and you don't react, but you find a better solution. And if you can't find a more cordial solution, then that's on you. You feel me? Right? So yes, people can trigger you, places can trigger you. It's emotion. A part of emotional intelligence is knowing when you go in a space, when you be around certain people, knowing what they're capable of, knowing what this environment brings, and choosing if you want to be in that environment or not, because that can bring a certain side of you out that you probably don't want to see, right? So be mindful of the people you're around, and be mindful of the environments that you choose to be in, because that can trigger you, that can cause you to get out of your body, and that's not a good situation to be in. So be mindful of the places you're in and the people you're around, right? So boom, man, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Like, emotional intelligence has been, I've been growing it, because 2-3 years ago, bro, I was cold, hard. It was either black or white. It was no gray area. Either you wasn't like this or you are like this, and that's just who you are. Boom. I don't care why you was like that or what happened to you to be like that. I didn't care, right? But as I'm growing wiser, I'm seeing different things. Everybody is in a place for a reason. They got there somehow. Who knows? Everybody got a story. I try not to judge people no more. I'm trying to empathize with others and be emotionally intelligent. And hey, Mr. Michael, let's see, how can I diffuse this? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well.
I saw you at the Wayne Lee the other day.
Wayne Lee?
Then you went to Wayne Lee's?
No, sir.
Oh, I thought that was you.
No.
I said, all right, buddy.
Nah, that
There's
wasn't me.
somebody like you. I'm like,
Ah.
yeah. I thought that was you. I said, okay. I said, he didn't know me.
Nah, that wasn't me.
Okay.
I'm recording a video right now.
Okay, I'm finna go anyway.
All right, all
I don't
right.
wanna speak
You having
to
a great day?
Oh yeah, good.
It's Friday, huh?
Oh, you had to go? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to go to work tomorrow? Saturday?
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go
Oh,
tomorrow.
you're not going tomorrow? So I won't see you tomorrow then. It'll be next
I
week
might
then.
be over here.
Oh, you
I
still have to
might.
come?
Yeah. I might
Okay.
be. All right.
That if I probably end up going to the store get some.
Oh yeah.
I probably will.
All right. All
All
right.
right.
You have a great day.
Hey, you too, man. Got much rain.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. All right. That was good of me. That's Mr. Michael, man. Mr. Michael stood over here a couple days ago for an hour talking. He just want to talk to somebody, and I was the listening ear. So, I guess this will be the end of this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys for watching. Grow your emotional intelligence, man. Learn how to control your emotions. Learn how to manage your emotions. Learn emotional regulation. Learning how to breathe. Breathing is so important. When you in situations of turmoil, when you in situations that you don't want to be in, breathing, stopping and breathing, bro, because your brain needs oxygen. And if you're angry and you're not breathing, that anger is just sitting there festering and you're becoming more angry. Once you breathe, mindfully breathe, stop and breathe, it's like a reset. It's like your brain gets this oxygen and it can think now. So in times of turmoil and in times of despair, breathing, bro, there's gonna be points where that breathing might not do too much. You might just be that angry that it's even the breathing won't work. But on minor things like breathing is so important because your brain needs oxygen. Your brain needs to think clearly. And if you're angry, it's gonna be hard to do that. So breathing is very important. Emotional regulation. I haven't really gotten to that, but I'm learning about it more now. And we're gonna continue this journey of becoming the best version of ourselves. And emotional intelligence is a big one. Let's work on that and let's continue to be the best version of ourselves, man. I'm out of here, man. Peace.